Why does people saying they don't want kids trigger so many people, especially parents? You don't even have to be outspoken about it for people to get upset. I can't even count the amount of times random ass people or coworkers have asked me about kids. When I say no, it leads to if I want kids, which is also no, then all hell breaks loose for some weird ass reason. Like just existing as a woman without kids who is not trying to have kids just pisses people off. I never understood why people feel the need to try to change my mind. There's always someone who's super emotionally attached to Taylor Swift, coffee, the Yankees, The Office, and as soon as they hear someone else's opinion on it, they are up in arms. I think the topic of having kids has a similar effect. I think kids are emotionally heavy, like black hole heavy. It's really the center of most parents' universe. Their entire soul is invested in their kids, so there's going to be a lot of strong feelings when they hear dissenting opinions. There's a few things going on. I think 1. There could be a tone issue. I don't want kids is very different from I don't want kids, and I can't understand why anyone would ever want them. 2. For some people, parent is a large part of their current or planned identity. Statements like I don't want kids, and I can't understand why anyone would ever want them can feel like an attack on that identity. Even statements like I don't want kids could feel like an attack for some. 3. Some folks who have kids resent being a parent and resent other people flaunting that they are making a different choice that the parent now wishes that they had made. Insult to injury, there are still very few places that parents can freely and frankly admit that they wish they didn't have kids. 4. Finally, some people believe that everyone of a particular race, religion, whatever is obligated to have kids and take it as a personal affront that the child-free person isn't adhering to that expectation part of that group's social contract deck. It's almost like they take it as rejection, and it's not like they are going to birth your kids or pay for them. Them acting upset is weird AF. My former husband used to tell his childless friends that they didn't know what they were missing. Behind closed doors he would tell me that he wished we never had kids. He liked being able to go out with a trophy wife and acting like a big shot. Anyone who doesn't really want kids should be exceedingly clear about that before marriage. Even those who don't know if they do. I have no fucking idea. Some people will just randomly ask me if I have kids, then call me selfish when I say I don't even want any. It's none of their fucking business. It's not like I'm trying to shame them for having any, I just don't want to do the same fucking thing they did. Societal norms and expectations. It's been programmed in for so long that this is the correct way to live your life that when you want to do the opposite it throws flags. This is not me defending that mindset, by the way. Kids are very much not in the cards. Couldn't tell you. I'm a parent, it's awesome. But I absolutely understand people not wanting kids as there are a lot of downsides, especially before the kid becomes fully independent. I've been told twice, a decade apart, and in different churches that it's a woman's duty to bear children for God and that I'm sinking by being celibate. That the era of evangelism is over because the internet made the gospel available to anyone who wants it, so now we have to build the kingdom of God with Christian babies. The first time, in 2013, I laughed about it on social media, thinking the lady who said it was crazy. Hearing it again in 2021 was a lot less funny. I think the biggest part of it is that people think you need to have kids as an adult. If you don't, then it's weird to these types of people. This will be a much more minor comparison. But it's like loving a certain hobby, and if you hear that someone doesn't like it or no desire to try it, then it is easy to look at them weird. 1. Misery loves company. People who already have kids and are unhappy are extremely eager to get people who don't already have kids to suffer the same as they do. 2. Misogyny. A surprisingly number of people still feel that, because people with uteruses can create babies, they are not complete or fulfilled unless they do have babies. 3. Religion. Many religious people think it is a sin for married couples to have sex without also making babies at all or as many as possible. 4. Rigidity. Many people have the complete inability to understand that not everyone thinks the same way or wants the same things as other people. Where it's foods, movie or musical tastes, or the desire to create children. 5. Insecurity. They feel they've made a mistake by having kids and want the validation of everyone else agreeing that children are a necessity. 6. Proselytizing. They had kids and thought it was great, so obviously everyone else should have them too. In all cases, people need to mind their own fucking business. Not having kids is a totally normal, worthy way for people to choose to live their lives. It's a way for parents to brag about the lifestyle. If people say they don't want kids, maybe parents feel judged for their own choices. It's like trying to convince someone to try something that they've done because it's so great, then the person is like, you know, not my thing. They lost their bragging moment, so it's time for defense mode. I think they are jealous and wish they'd made the same choice. I have kids and I utterly support the right of people to have or not have kids. It's entirely the personal choice. As a parent, I completely understand not wanting kids. They are hard work and it's not always fun. Unless you are rich, do not have kids. They could cost $1 million to raise. I'm 45 and child-free. I have never wanted children and so many people get so butthurt over it. Usually they get a sympathetic look and ask if I had medical issues. I used to be nice about it, but now I just ask why they would think that and then wait and make it as uncomfortable as possible. I don't think people not wanting kids is a trigger for any sane person. The forced birth crowd is insane. The opposite extreme anti-natalists, doomers who shame others for wanting having kids are truly obnoxious. In general, it's not people saying they don't want kids, it's what else they say. Some child-free people, particularly online, use dehumanizing language to express their dislike for children, and frankly, it's fucking weird. Along with this assumption that parents are regretful and unhappy with their lives, see the amount of comments saying misery loves company or similar in this thread. I'm fine with people not wanting kids. Most people I know IRL don't have kids or plans to have any. I'm not fine with random strangers calling my children fuck trophies. 1. Society still views women as baby makers too. Many conservatives Christians view having children and a nuclear family as good. 3. Many racists view having children as a tactic to not keep bloodlines going. More radical take. 4. Some parents view adults without kids as a threat. You mean you don't need children to feel fulfilled in life? No way, you're lying. 5. Some parents are jealous of childless adults and the freedom they have. 6. Since many people view parenthood as a duty, many view childless adults as lazy and selfish. There's probably more reasons, these are the ones that stand out to me.